The Story of Silence, Sam Heughan, Caitriona Balfe, and the Storm That Shook Outlander. Shortly after Caitriona Balfe finally broke her silence about their long-rumored relationship, Sam Heughan made a move so cryptic that it sent Hollywood and the Outlander fandom into collective chaos. Everyone was asking, what is he trying to say? No one expected that just hours after Caitriona's quiet confession about the truth behind her connection with Sam, the Scottish actor would answer, not with words, but with a gesture so hauntingly subtle that it left the entire world stunned. From a single photo on Instagram to a caption that read only, "No more lies," Sam ignited a storm of speculation unlike anything before. Thousands flooded the comments. Is this a direct reply to Caitriona's statement? British tabloids dubbed it, Outlander Nation's earthquake. For a man known for his guarded nature, Sam suddenly looked like someone with a message to send. Meanwhile, Caitriona stayed silent, and that silence made everything more confusing, more electric. Insiders whispered that the Outlander set had grown tense, as if one wrong word could collapse the fragile calm before the next season. Fans split in two. Some believed Sam was using art to express pain. Others were sure he was calling Caitriona out. While nothing was confirmed, tabloids raced to decode the mystery. And if what insiders hinted it was true, that single act might mark the beginning of the most explosive confrontation in Outlander history. The mysterious move. The silent reaction. The moment that shook the internet. When silence speaks louder than words, the world listens. Outlander has always thrived on passion, on screen and off, but no one predicted that a few quiet words from Caitriona Balfe would ignite a wildfire across social media, one that even the calm, collected Sam Heughan couldn't ignore. It began with an interview. Caitriona, graceful and guarded, said something that seemed harmless at first. Some people confuse fiction with reality. I love Jamie Fraser, but Sam is not Jamie. Within hours, X, formerly Twitter, exploded. Fans took it as a rejection of the fantasy that had blurred the line between their characters and their real lives. The fandom, long divided between believers and skeptics, erupted. But the real shock came from Sam's response. He didn't say a word. No interview, no tweet, no statement, nothing. And in the digital age, that silence was deafening. The interview that shattered the illusion came during a press junket for a new Outlander documentary. When asked if fans' obsession bothered her, Caitriona smiled faintly. People project what they want to believe. Sam and I share something beautiful as actors, but life isn't a fairy tale. It was all the media needed. Headlines screamed, Caitriona Balfe distances herself from Sam Heughan. By nightfall, hashtags like #TeamSam, #TeamCaitriona, and #Outlander drama trended worldwide. Then Sam vanished. No tweets, no posts, not even his usual words of gratitude or glimpses of whiskey and wilderness. Fans panicked. Theories bloomed. The internet burned. Within 24 hours, TikTok and Reddit overflowed with speculation. Did he unfollow her, delete her photos? Was he hurt, or protecting her? The fandom began to fracture. Some swore Sam's heart was breaking. Others claimed it was all PR. But one truth was undeniable: everyone was watching. For days, his silence was treated like scripture. Every hour without a post became evidence of pain, pride, or protest. Memes flooded Instagram. Sam staring across the Highlands with captions like, "When your co-star denies your entire love story." Others turned poetic. He said nothing, but his silence screamed. Then, 3 days later, came the move no one saw coming. Sam broke his silence with a single image, a quiet Scottish landscape, mist curling over dawn-lit hills. No caption, no explanation, just stillness. Within minutes, fans declared, this is his answer. The photo hit 3 million likes in 10 hours. News outlets called it, the post heard round the Highlands. What was he saying? Pain? Closure? Defiance? No one knew, but everyone felt it. For years, the Heughan-Balfe connection was the emotional heartbeat of Outlander. Their chemistry was raw, real, transcendent. Every glance off camera fueled a legend. But as one insider told Variety, they adore each other, but the constant fantasy took a toll. Caitriona wanted to protect her marriage. Sam wanted to protect their friendship. Caitriona, now married and fiercely private, drew her line. Sam, ever the gentleman, answered with grace. His silence wasn't anger, it was understanding. Both have lived under a unique kind of scrutiny. In a world where privacy is performance, every gesture becomes evidence. Sam once said, "We live in a strange age where silence is seen as guilt." That quote resurfaced, and fans began connecting dots, perhaps too eagerly. The industry buzzed. Talk shows debated. Paparazzi hunted. When finally confronted, Sam only smiled. "I have nothing but respect for everyone I've worked with. Life's too short for drama." It was classic Sam, charming, diplomatic, but with an unmistakable undertone. Meanwhile, Caitriona faced a storm of backlash. Some accused her of cruelty, others defended her right to boundaries. She shut down comments. A friend told the Daily Mail, "She adores Sam, but she's exhausted. She's tired of being half of a fantasy couple." And maybe that's the tragedy. Two people who built an extraordinary on-screen love, now trapped by it. Weeks later, the noise faded. Caitriona immersed herself in directing. Sam disappeared into the Highlands, posting only whiskey barrels and mountain trails. No bitterness, no denial, just distance and peace. Then one day, she liked one of his posts. He reposted an old behind-the-scenes photo. Not reconciliation, but quiet respect. A wordless truce. A love story that never was, or perhaps, one that didn't need to be. Because the greatest romances aren't always the ones lived, but the ones imagined. In silence, in glances, in what's left unsaid, Sam and Caitriona created a story millions still believe in. In a world addicted to explanation, Sam's silence became power. He turned mystery into art. Caitriona's words, though firm, reminded everyone that behind the fairy tale are real hearts, real lives, and real limits. Together, they became mirrors, reflecting how fame blurs what's real and what's performed. Months later, the hashtag still trend. Every joint appearance rekindles the spark. Fans still hope. Because Outlander was never just a show, it was a dream, and Sam and Caitriona are its living ghosts. Looking back, that viral week wasn't about scandal. It was about the cost of being seen. Sam's silence was his rebellion. Caitriona's words, her protection. In the end, both reclaimed something priceless, themselves. Epilogue: The Highland Silence. Some nights, fans still scroll back to that photo, the one with mist and mountains. They say you can almost feel the quiet in it. As if Jamie Fraser himself had walked back into the Highlands, leaving fame behind. Maybe that's who Sam Heughan really is, not the heartbroken hero or the betrayed friend, but a man who understands that sometimes the loudest truth is silence. The end, a story of fame, restraint, and the fragile line between illusion and reality. Epilogue: The Highland Silence. Some nights, fans still scroll back to that photo, the one with mist and mountains. They say you can almost feel the quiet in it. As if Jamie Fraser himself had walked back into the Highlands, leaving fame and illusion behind. Maybe that's who Sam Heughan truly is, not the heartbroken lover or the wounded friend, but a man who has learned that silence can speak louder than any confession. But legends rarely end in silence. Because just when the storm seemed to fade, something unexpected happened. A few weeks later, a new post appeared on Sam's feed, an old behind-the-scenes photo from Outlander. In it, he and Caitriona are laughing, eyes locked, mid-scene. The caption was simple. "Some moments never leave you." The internet caught fire again. Fans dissected every word, every shadow, every glance. Was it nostalgia, forgiveness, or a quiet message meant for one person only? Caitriona didn't comment, but hours later, she liked the post. And just like that, the silence spoke again. Maybe the truth between them will never be written in interviews or revealed in headlines. Maybe it will only exist in that space between friendship and something deeper, between what the world believes and what only they know. Because some stories never really end. They just echo, like footsteps fading into the misty highlands. Where silence, once again, says everything.